AI can already write better than most people. It can work faster. It can learn endlessly without getting tired. And soon, it may replace what you do for a living. But this video isn't about fear. It's about the one thing AI can never take from you unless you give it away. This is how to stay human in the age of AI. When people say they're afraid of artificial intelligence, they're usually not afraid of the technology itself. They're afraid of becoming irrelevant. For centuries, humans have tied their worth to what they produce: your job, your skills, your usefulness. Our entire sense of identity is often wrapped up in what we do from 9 to 5. So when a machine can suddenly do those things better, faster, and cheaper, the question becomes deeply uncomfortable. If I'm not needed, what am I worth? This isn't a technological crisis, it's a meaning crisis. We're being forced to confront a void that has been growing for a long time. A void that was easy to ignore when we were busy being productive. We fill our days with tasks, deadlines, and metrics, all in the service of proving our value to the world. But what happens when the world no longer values those tasks? What happens when a machine can do them with more efficiency than we ever could? The fear isn't that robots will take our jobs. It's that in doing so, they'll take our purpose. And this is a dilemma philosophy warned us about long before the first line of code was ever written. Friedrich Nietzsche warned that when old sources of meaning collapse like religion, tradition, or societal roles, people don't simply become free. They become lost, adrift in a sea of nihilism. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who survived the horrors of the Holocaust, observed a profound truth in the concentration camps. Humans can survive almost any suffering as long as they find meaning in it. It wasn't physical strength that determined who survived, but the strength of their inner purpose. And the Stoics, thousands of years ago, taught something deeply uncomfortable but incredibly powerful. You cannot control the world. You can only control your response to it. You cannot stop the rain. You cannot prevent empires from falling. And you cannot halt the march of technology. You can only control your own mind, your own principles, your own actions. Technology evolves, economies shift. Uncertainty grows. But the human need for meaning remains the one constant. AI doesn't threaten humanity because it's intelligent. It threatens us because it forces us to ask the fundamental questions we've been avoiding for far too long. What is our purpose, if not to produce? What is our value, if not our utility? Let's be clear about what AI can do, and more importantly, what it can't. AI can calculate. It can optimize. It can predict outcomes with staggering accuracy. It can analyze patterns in data faster than any human ever could. It can write code, compose music, and generate art. But there are vast territories of the human experience where it will never tread. AI will never feel the existential weight of existence. It will never wake up in the middle of the night, staring at the ceiling, questioning its purpose. It will never feel the ache of loss, the sting of betrayal, or the quiet joy of a moment of connection. It will never suffer and choose to continue anyway. Meaning does not come from efficiency or optimization. It comes from choice. It comes from choosing responsibility when it would be easier to choose apathy. It comes from choosing to uphold your values even when it's inconvenient. It comes from choosing to endure hardship for a cause you believe in. And suffering, whether we like it or not, is a uniquely human burden, and therefore, a uniquely human source of meaning. AI can process information, but it cannot find wisdom in pain. It can follow commands, but it cannot forge a conviction. So how do you stay human in a world that increasingly values speed, data, and output above all else? First, and most importantly, you must detach your identity from your productivity. You are more than what you produce. You are more than your job title, your salary, or your list of accomplishments. Your worth is inherent, not earned through utility. Second, choose difficulty voluntarily. In a world of effortless convenience, actively seek out what is hard. Discipline. Rigorous physical training. learning a complex skill, creation instead of passive consumption, building something with your hands. These voluntary struggles forge character in a way that comfort never can. Third, build an inner framework that can withstand external chaos. Explore philosophy, practice reflection or meditation. Develop a spiritual life. Define a set of core values that don't change with passing trends or technological shifts. This inner citadel is your sanctuary. And finally, create your own meaning instead of chasing comfort or waiting for the world to give it to you. If you don't consciously choose your values, the world or an algorithm designed to capture your attention will choose them for you. Don't let your purpose be outsourced. AI will continue to grow smarter, more capable, and more integrated into our lives. That is a certainty. The real question is not whether machines will become more intelligent, but whether humans will grow wiser. The future doesn't need more processing power. It needs more compassion. It doesn't need more data. It needs more wisdom. It doesn't need more intelligence. It needs more meaning. The greatest challenge of our time is not technological, but spiritual. It is the challenge to protect and cultivate what makes us human in the face of a world that wants to turn us into machines. Protect what makes you human. This is Mind Over Meaning.